Nu het project Eb en Vloed. Selim Doğru is een componist. Hij woont in Nederland en had een idee. Hij wilde één grote compositie maken. Eb en Vloed heet hij. En dat deed hij samen met het Axyz Ensemble. Zometeen gaat hij daarover praten. Hier bij mij speelt een stuk Selim. Eb en Vloed, yes. In Dutch. Medcezir.
Yes, Medcezir.
Medcezir. Eb en Vloed.
Eb en Vloed.
You're now recording the CD. It was in the theaters. Yes. I saw it here in the muziekgebouw. Yes. Beautiful. And you selected this group of musicians that are here with us now.
Yes, each of them specifically chosen, and then also we had contact specific for this project.
You are a composer.
Yes.
Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yes. I'm a composer. I was born in Istanbul. I studied first in Istanbul, I composed, and then later I came to Holland. I studied composition in Holland in different conservatories. And I have been composing since I came to Holland, and it has been performed in different concert halls. Also, I compose also theater music.
Back to this piece we just heard from the virtuose musicians and these fantastic musicians, you combine them with this Dutch ensemble.
Yes.
And I saw, maybe you can describe this Eb en Vloed Medcezir project. I saw it?
Yes.
So this is very big orchestra?
Yes.
And there is a kind of tell us, what's the Eb en Vloed thing about?
Okay, first of all, everything began with Axyz Ensemble. I was in this building, I was at the concert from Axyz Ensemble from Carnatic Lab, and then they had a project with the Indian musicians.
Carnatic Lab is specialized in dealing with non-Western music types. And,
but making modern music, let's say. And I was at the concert and I saw them, because for this project you need really very specific ensemble to work with. And then, we had conversations that there's a great ensemble, Axyz Ensemble. They are modern music and also non-Western techniques. They are great, and then these musicians. Then I have a great orchestra already to make the project. And this idea of the project is creating one big composition. I mean, when I'm always at the concerts, that I always see the programming, which piece comes after which piece. I see it as a big composition. It is very important. And then I wanted to go further with that. I said, okay, I'm going to make one really composition which really works as, let's say, an opera piece with the break, with the two halves. Then it just goes on. There is just unity, just non-stop music. Yes, just one story. Then with ebb and flow idea, which you see something, it is covered with something else, which is getting less or more, also traditional, less traditional, calm or very expressive. All this kind of huge contrasts is part of the idea. But what we hear in the whole composition is pure traditional Turkish folk music and classical Turkish music, all kinds of improvisations, and purely performed or arranged. I also arranged some traditional pieces, and we have 4 new compositions which were specifically composed for this project by Gökçe Altay, Çağlayan Yıldız, Oğuz Büyükberber, and me.
You were born in Istanbul,
yes.
And what I read about you that you were born between a church and a mosque.
Why sure. I mean, this is not only me, maybe thousands of, hundreds of people in Turkey, because we have a lot of churches in Turkey and also a lot of mosques. I mean, just like me, there are thousands of other houses. I was born in a house. It was really, on one side we had the church. Every day we were hearing this bell.
Bang, bang.
And yes, and then I grew up in a house from an old Greek lady. And we were in the same house. We had a lot of Greek neighbors, and also on the other side we had a mosque. I heard both of them. That's why.
Beautiful soundscape, huh?
Yes, I mean, it's already there. I mean, I didn't have to do so much. I had a lot. Also in the culture, if we are talking about Istanbul, Istanbul is very much traditional, very much Eastern, but at the same time very much European. I mean, it is not that there
should it also reflect in the work you just made in Medcezir?
Yes, of course. I mean, I was born in Istanbul. I grew up in Istanbul. This structure of the city which actually doesn't sleep. In 24 hours, there is life, everything is just going on. And you can have a traffic jam 3 o'clock in night time. It is that much dynamic. That's also very much reflected into the whole
this project is now recorded.
Yes.
The CD is when it will it be ready?
Yes, I mean we are still in the studios. That's why we couldn't come all together here. It is so much work to record this project, of course. And
people get a wrong impression, but a very nice impression of what's happening.
Yes, yes. I mean, there's a huge orchestra and there are many different things. But we are still busy with the recordings, and I think at the end of this season or in the summer sometime, everything will be mixed and everything will be
people can
ready.
go to www.vrijegeluiden.nl and we will inform them if they want to buy or...
Sure.
You boot boot diddy doot. Loody doot beat beat doot doot beep beep boop 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 yo. Loo.